This is Gabriel Niobodai Atopra Atunam Togo Ashon Kwasonu, coming your way with Community Watch. On this edition, we are within the Tema East constituency, Tema Manhian, to be specific, at School Junction. And behind me is an eyesore. The Ga people of Accra would describe this as Noko Chaka Chaka, Poto Poto, Basa Basa, Nyama Nyama. And these visuals are very disturbing. So please be advised. Something that isn't pleasant to the eyes and also to the nostrils. Just imagine, with local authorities apparently watching on unconcerned, a broken sewer system within the School Junction area. Soon the assembly member will be joining me to explain what you are witnessing now. This edition is in stages on the same issue. We are going to various points so you have a better understanding or appreciation of the problem here. This is the starting point, or stage one. You could see sewer or fecal matter gushing out from the sewer lines into drains. Meanwhile, I could immediately see schools to my right and also from across the street to my left. In few days' time, schools will be reopening, and you could imagine the risk involved. I'm joined here by the assembly member of the Dade Agbo electoral area to then give us details of what we are seeing. You are with the people down here. Yeah. What is happening? What is this?
It's a choke phases that has choked. The sewage line has choked that we need to work on the line so that it will have a free flow to the end that they mount it at the deep sea of Paradise. That is where it's supposed to go to. But due to the choke of it, that's why it has come out like that.
For how long now has it been like this?
Almost a year, because I remember serving letter to the assembly on May. I served letter to them May 2020.
Do you have a copy of the letter here?
Yeah, I have the copy of the letter here.
Okay.
This is the copy of the letter which is served 5th May 2020 to the assembly about this issue.
We are in January 2021. You served this 2020.
Yes, please.
So February, March, April, May. So 4 months away and it will be one year. You'll be marking 1 year anniversary since you served the Tema Metropolitan Assembly. Have they responded officially?
They have not responded officially. Yeah.
I see. Let me read a section of it. Devastating environmental pollution at U Compound, addressed to the Metropolitan Coordinating Director, the Tema Metropolitan Assembly, and it's copied to the Chief Executive, the local mayor, the area president, and also the presiding member and unit committee members. So he's served the letter to the strategic and prominent stakeholders that could address this issue within this area. But you haven't heard from them yet.
Yes, please. I've not get any information from them. All they keep on saying is that they are working on it. That is the response that come from there, that they are working on it.
They've been working on it. Our leaders are working on it. The Tema Metropolitan Chief Executive is working on it. The Metropolitan Coordinating Director is working on it. And still, this is what we have. Parts dried up, parts flowing freely through the drain. I saw little children passing by and blocking their nostrils. It's messy.
Yeah, I've tried my best. This is higher than me.
Okay, so come over and please, I'm still cautioning or warning you that this is something that may not appear good to the sight of many. Just imagine. First of all, the system is choked and the top of it has been removed. So it's a risk to the residents here that anyone who approaches without knowing this situation may end up stepping on it, soiling him or herself, and then drowning. Why should we sit on unconcerned for several weeks, several days, several months? And it's as though it is boiling cholera outbreak looming or could happen. And this is a period that we are all campaigning to ensure improved sanitation. And we are all rallying towards addressing the issue of COVID-19. And this is what the Tema Metropolitan Assembly is supervising. Yes, recently, the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, launched an initiative to ensure that some of these things are addressed. But till that project is completed, should we watch this till disaster strikes before we would come in with some measures to ensure that this is addressed? So that's a gentleman coming. You were talking, raising your hand and your voice over this issue.
If it's true, I for talk. Sake of we dey a town where we have leaders where they for help we solve these issues. You see, we get assembly members and the sub-metro 2 is here. So always they have been passing here. They have to see that this thing is not healthy it's not good for our health. Therefore do something about them.
This very man said, and if you are a guy and you understand this, you would know exactly what he means by nyebasha fie mean to nyeta flache. Ina kenye mbashi no ni yo jeme wo ngme gan.
Ni eje gba wona. Ni ani wo ton gbe no ga ho. Wo me kuma ga won ba woni ni boje won yo ton be ga ho. Wo nu pa nye bo mo nye sa. Ni ga ko no nye family. Ni ga ho. Ni fo ga ga fo nye. Ni ba sha fie.
Mokobaka ke nye fie oblahia bi ke hin tete acheme. Nye ba wa assembly ma be nya kuchombi nye ba sa. Ka nye da mo shibe kuku no nye ba foje me fe nye ba sa je be je me fe fe king.
Nche.
Tomorrow man tomorrow is.
Benene big problem denche. Big problem. Discharge shin. Eji me la den fe mini. Kashi. Ni beni eyo mokobe me nyonya fe mini. Iba ewoja assembly fe mini. Iwa dani no fe me fe mini possible.
I know the authorities have the children at heart, the residents at heart, so they would move in immediately to address this issue. We'll try to speak with them and follow up when they address this issue. If not, we shall sustain our report and continue to come over. We are now moving to the next stage or the next point to highlight a related problem connected to the same broken sewer system in Tema here. I am at the second point of the problem. So from the first point, the system comes up to this interceptor, this section, and this time round, the covering slab has removed. It's even broken. And so imagine someone comes from this direction late in the evening without knowing the situation here. The person gets to this section and then slips into this deep manhole you see, and you know the consequence. They've used just a simple wood slab and then this part of a car to block it as a safety measure or as a caution to the drivers. But is this enough? Are they enough? Not just individuals could be affected, but it could bring about an accident. Imagine a vehicle coming over, veering off to this point. The taxi driver had to park to also talk to us. So it appears it's something that affecting virtually every resident. I have to, move with care in order not to also slip into this. So why you had to stop to talk to us?
We are facing this problem long time, but when we are telling the people, like TMA boss, he did not said anything about it, and we are complaining, like getting to like 10 years, 5 years ago, but they are no more doing anything about it. So we are begging the community, the Metropolitan Assembly, to do something for us.
We are moving from here to talk to a teacher so that we hear theirs too, especially as school is reopening soon following the president's address recently that schools could resume and continue with their normal studies. Come along. From there, in the school, we head down to the seaside, to the seashore, where point 3 or the third situation is still connected to the broken sewer within the Dade Agbo electoral area in Tema East constituency within the Tema metropolis. This is Community Watch. With me, Gabriel, Niobodai Atopra, Atunam Togwa Shonkwa Osonu, and Kiki Brown. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay, so we head here. Okay. So that's Mr. Sewonu Guda welcoming us to his compound, school's compound. St. Peter RC. Okay, so that's St. Peter's Roman Catholic Basic School. How many? What's the number of pupils here?
We have, let me say, about 600 people here. We have the KG plus the primary and the JHS.
Okay.
Yeah, we have about 650 people in the school.
That's huge, really. And across the street, then there is another school also there. So the
yeah.
number could run into thousands.
2,000, yeah, the number could run into 2,000 if the other school was not around. And there's also another government school, that's the TMA, Mayam TMA school. We have 2 JHS and 1 primary school inside. Yeah.
So how is the problem affecting you? Share with us.
Oh, this problem, in fact, I started around, that was last year in February. The first one, the one just opposite our nursery here. Started since February.
Directly opposite the nursery.
The nursery where students normally come to school, they have to be dodging. Sometimes when it leaks, they come across the road and they have to jump. Or others have to go around the school before entering because we don't have any gate at the back. And those who are coming from this side also, they also, so when they're in the classroom, when teacher is talking now, their mind is always on the sense that is coming to the classroom, so they always have to hold their nose or put on their nose mask, and to be, they always make noise because the scent is too much. It's too much. It's too much to bear. It's too much to bear. We contacted the authorities several times to come and repair it, but we don't know what they are doing about it. Some people came here for about 5 days. They worked on it and they left. It continued again. Up to now, we don't have anybody who is to do the work for that to make sure that that thing stops. It's been a long time. The second one too recently started. Also started here. That one too, it goes into the gutter straight. And when you look at the end of the gutter over there, before you cross the road, there seems there's something. The place is choked. So instead of the water to go through the gutter under the road, the water rather goes outside the gutter. So the place was also it's too much. It's too bad. Then when you go, you see for yourself.
So from here we'll get to that point. That will be our next stop. That's point 3, where a pipe has been connected from the main sewer system, which ideally should be running underground, but it's now been connected to the drain, to the gutter. So when someone visits the loo within the community and flushes, it directly comes straight into the open drain. And you know, drains in Accra or across our country, many of them are not covered. So here we are, just about welcoming the pupils back to school. What's your final take? What are you telling the authorities about this state of affairs?
We are only pleading with the authority to come and help solve the problem. Because in fact it is disturbing us too much. When the children are in the classroom, they don't focus again on what the teacher teaches, but their focus is on the scent that comes from that place. So we are pleading with the government, all those who are to do the work and make sure that thing stops. We are pleading with them. They should come and help so that at least they should stop those things. Because it's too much to bear when you are in the classroom. Sometimes when you are even going to eat with that scent, you just imagine teacher on break, you are coming to eat with that scent. You can't eat. And it's not good to leave the classroom and go and eat elsewhere while the children are waiting for you. So we are pleading with the government or the assembly, those who are in charge, the engineers there. They should come and help. Well, these lines started from Nkrumah. The train was from Nkrumah time. They're coming from the communities. It was surprised that all the dashes that are happening here is not coming from this town. It's coming from the communities. They lay from the communities up to. That's what they lay up to.
This was a properly laid out structure. System, sewer system done by Ghana's first president. So that's the background to the sewage line we are talking about, developed by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Tema, as you may know, is a well-structured community, several communities running beyond 15 communities.
You are from community 1 to community 12. They are lined, everything passes here and goes into the sea around, what do you call it? There's a place called, is it U or something like that?
Okay.
Yeah,
The deep sea.
Yeah, the big sea, that's where it goes into the sea. So I don't know whether it is lack of maintenance or people who are supposed to take care around doing their work. But we are pleading with the government, at least the authority, especially the assembly here, to do something about it. We are about to reopen, the children will be coming to school. So they should just imagine that children crossing the road, either stepping in those things before coming to school. How would they feel? So they should help us solve the problem before 18 will resume. We are pleading with them. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sewono. Let's quickly get to the point 3. You know, on Community Watch, we do our best to cover all the angles and see how collectively we could engage to solve this problem. It's not always about blame game, but how we could jojo and then bring about a lasting solution for the betterment of our communities. Point 3 in view now. A pipe has been connected from this main septic tank or interceptor you see right there. So ideally, it should run through to connect to others, but it isn't the case. And a pipe has been connected and it's coming straight into the drain. This is unhygienic. It shows poor sanitation and risk the lives of residents in the community. This is even illegal. It shouldn't be done, but the local authorities are supervising it, directly overseeing that this happens. And you should be asking why they have brought concrete slabs, blocks, placing them on this interceptor you see right there. Very rudimentary. And we believe that there are engineers within the Metropolitan Assembly. At our final point, that's an open drain. So this point, the drain isn't well constructed, very open, and it's collected so many plastic waste, especially bottle, and it's mixed up with the sewage, the fecal waste, the feces. When you mention it sometimes openly like that, then viewers and authorities appreciate what exactly the problem is. So many of these residents you see were here waiting for us when we arrived. Are you there? Are you there? Okay. So let me start with our elderly woman here. She's one of the opinion leaders. Ma, welcome to Metro TV.
Thank you.
When we came, you were talking passionately about this issue.
Afuremuna nyalaka gbegbe ayo va do tagasle gota mnya bo suswenye bo gbona ya doga o ma va wi Yoko le miagbo. Nenye ba achie. Chafu ro. Yoko lo na nwi yo kata ba kona rafie. Chafu lo ni kona vi. Menye miawe koni remu. Chafu ane yiko le rough ko. Yoko lo na nwi yo kata akore. Nenye ba chimaja oko. Laka ko miagbo no na. Amuo no miaru. Amuo kata. Nenye ba miaba la vi yo gara me fia obubu gara me. Agbon ga bubu gara me. Remie funa rungu afie no. Agbandia, revistu era garama.
Oh.
Agbandia.
A little kid fell in there.
Yeah.
Can imagine, and there are many children here. Just come, see this little boy. Many of them.
Ko balance nyoko. Ka ogajama. Ko anwa afuram nami. Gasia yi over photo rami ka komo muta. Aya mi va fie. Ajewa mi ona na chongu nami. Nyaba jina ajama. What saji ko miaba manako. Nanya ba nwie lafia ko. Ojejo na yashima ave plata ava pota dachi ko amiti aba yina magata de charu ajidachi matarugo ala ba shayi o toilet konrama o toilet konra fi toilet choka la kaina para bubrare ko fifijie ko afuram nto
dada akpe. So you've heard from our elderly woman summarizing everything for us. Toilet in the midst of residents, and much of what you see here wasn't generated within the community, came upstream from where we started, uptown, where we started all the way down to the seashore. One of the residents is also here. He has his house or residence just next. Welcome. Viewers may be wondering why you've also been throwing plastic waste in the drain. At least residents could mobilize and then solve this very bit of it, the plastic waste. Why?
We do organize sanitation, twice every month, so that we clear. But then time the physics water or the toilet water from the top there has not been passing through. But now since they have, I don't know if they intentionally open it or because I think the Valco and the other lube oil, I think they have some drainage that the physics water or the toilet pass through to the seashore somewhere. But if you go to a junction there, the drainage or the pipe has broken. Okay. So that's the cause of the physics water passing through here. So as you are seeing, you see sometimes if you pass by, you think it's a dry land. Mm-hmm. So by mistakenly, if you step in, you are lost. I'm telling you. So it's not that we are happy seeing it here. We do communal labor once a while, but because of the physics water coming out, but you cannot enter. You can't enter to clear anything from there. And we are not the one responsible for putting the garbage in. When the sea gets mad, sometimes it gets seriously full up. All these things you are seeing here are not from here. The sea gathered them from either here or here. So that when the sea is full up, the sea bring it back. You see. So if it rains, you see that this gutter is very, very clear. But within 2-3 days, the sea will brought everything back. So we are not putting this thing in it.
Okay. So don't go yet. I'll come back to you. Okay. Yeah. So there is another woman. Whilst a gentleman was talking, she was tapping me. Had walked under the sun. See her cloth covering her head. Oh, I mean, I can't walk. But Sunday, she chawa. Do you call you no cook? Kemo.
Funny, kaje. Jonshine runabout ye jonshine jeme ina ketie me bi chon jeme dane ni toilet ko edwa ye jeme a report an wa me fo mi ni ko kwe gota ye jeme ehin kegbe konko gbe ebote mi biane e chon problem ye so ke wo bia ne MPA die nche hu chon jeme ne huo ne na shi ame wie no ko ye.
You've heard from Madam Gloria, and she's mentioned that leaders in the community are aware of the problem. The Member of Parliament, Nia Shayo Dampton, was the Metropolitan Chief Executive for a number of years. And she says that he's aware. Daniel Nikwate Titus Glover is also aware. Also saying that officials at Tema Metropolitan Assembly, they've been passing through the street within the neighborhood. And so she's certain that they are also aware. Yet nothing is being done about it. Right, so we end everything here, and we hope that authorities watching have taken note and would move in immediately to assist the community to fix the sewer lines. If even we are hoping and waiting that the project President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo launched recently is completed to fix the sewer lines within Tema and Ashaiman is completed, there should be something done in the meantime so that the effects of this open toilet system here is resolved amicably. You've watched Community Watch on Metro TV with me, Gabriel. Ni obodai atopra atunam togbo ashon kwalsonu. And I have done this with my colleague, Kiki Brown. Thanks to Joseph Frimpong, the visual editor, and then Jefta, graphic designer, and also Rosemary Koko Anyigba, the production assistant for this program. If you have a related concern within your neighborhood, please call the number 0241 431035. 0241 431035. Invite the team so we highlight your issue. If it's something positive that you are doing within your community, still invite us over to showcase that out. It's not always about the problem, but also about positive initiatives being undertaken by citizens or leaders so that others could emulate in order to have a better community. Please do well to follow me on Facebook. The name there is Gabriel Niobodai Togbo Ashon, and share this edition across on social media so people get to see what is happening in Tema Manhiang within the Dadi Agbo electoral area. Bye-bye for now.